Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan salam sejahtera kepada semua pelajar. So today we're going to continue our lesson on chapter 4. So today we're going to cover three main subtopic under priority control intersection, at grade intersection, grade separated intersection or interchanges. So if we have extra time, we can continue to roundabout. So we have covered already for signalized control intersection, because this consume a lot of the times. So therefore I'm start this early before. Okay, now we move to first topic, which is the priority control section. So as introduction, an intersection is a location where two or more routes meet or cross each other. Okay, that is a term for simply understand what intersection all about. It's just condition where there is two road that meet or join to cross. Lebih kurang macam tu lah kan, persimpangan kan. Okay, apa fungsi persimpangan? Intersection serve to disperse traffic, reduce accidents, hopefully by right the out is good. Is supposed to reduce accident. Change the direction of the traffic, this obviously. Give right of way and control speed. Okay, an intersection, a vehicle transfer from the route which traveling into other roads, crossing other traffic stream which flow between it and its destination. So ini lebih kurang dia punya operasi lah kan, operasi persimpangan sendiri untuk pergerakan kenderaan daripada satu arah ke satu arah dan juga berlaku persilangan untuk lalui ke destinasi ataupun laluan tertentu. Okay, to perform this maneuver, so movement of the vehicle, by terminology for this traffic we use a term maneuver, olah gerak, dalam Melayunya olah gerak. The vehicle may diverge with, merge with and cross the path of other vehicles. Three main maneuver that occur within the intersection, which is diverging, merging and crossing. So we go one by one, the maneuver types or the pattern. Okay, first diverging, turning to the right or left at intersections include a mutual divergence, direct to all user and multiple diverging paths. So these are the pattern. Okay, the first one diverge from the to the right, to the left, mutual. I think it's simultaneous or concurrent movement, and multiple direction. So one to the left, one to the right, and one to the straight or through lane. Okay, next we have merging pattern or maneuver. This done after the road use leave or diverge into stream of traffic. So this sama juga macam diverge, cuma yang ni dia masuk ataupun dia menumpu ataupun dia bergabung. Merging ni macam menumpu ataupun bergabung. Bergabung from the right, from the left, mutual and multiple. Okay, next this one simple or the crossing. Okay, ada right crossing, left crossing, oblique ni macam skewed sikit kan. Ni oppose pun macam skewed junction. Okay, then also they have a conflict pattern. This is a common conflict pattern at the intersections. First they have merging conflicts, diverging conflicts and crossing conflicts. So too easy to identify, they put just a symbol as circle, triangle and square to identify the type of the conflicts, whether merging, diverging or crossing. Okay, the number of potential conflicts point at intersection depend on this the scenario where the number of the traffic conflict point at particular intersection depend on this particular or this series of the situation. Number or approach of intersection, from one to another type of intersection, they have a different number of approach or different number of lane. Okay, number of lane is approach, type of signal control, extent of channelization, movement permitted. Okay, next, just simple exercise, class exercise. Determine the type and number of complete point at this particular intersection type. First, T intersection and crossroad or cross intersection, like four-legged. Okay, after this, later we're going to discuss detail about this one. Okay, first category or class type of priority intersection. Persimpangan keutamaan, priority intersection, under unsignalized intersection type. Priority control of traffic at junction is one of the most widely used way of resolving the conflict between merging and crossing vehicles. It's supposed to be reduce a conflict, but somehow it create many conflict if not really proper design to add any special parameter or special features. Further we can look at what is different for the special features. Okay, utilize give way and stop sign. So the operation, they will use a simple technique which is give way and stop sign. Priority control is used at unsignalized at grade intersection. So if you found any term of at grade intersection, it means level intersection, the level intersection. Kalau grade separated, which is they have a different level of intersection. Okay, sorry. Involve major and minor road. It's supposed to have two category of the road itself. It must one major road, one for minor road. It's not possible. I think it's not really possible to assign priority intersection between same level class of road, major, minor, or minor. We have to determine which is major, which minor. Okay, sometimes they call major minor junctions. Major road is assigned as permanent priority traffic movement over other road. That's why they have two category of class road, major or minor. In the reality, they have a class for road itself, which is arterial road, a local road, or they have a federal road, or they have a trunk road. It's different, like a class of the other roads. Later we look further. The minor road is where vehicle are give way to vehicle on the major road. So minor ni dia macam mengalah kan. Always give a way to major road because major road consider permanent of keep moving. The stop and the give way sign are positioned at the minor approach. Jadi persimpangan ni stop sign dan juga yield sign tu, give way sign tu must be installed at minor road approach. So these are the typical illustration. So obviously from this direction, blue car is on major road. So the red car is approach on minor road. So minor road ni yang kita letakkan stop sign ataupun tanda berhenti ni dan juga yield line ataupun give way. This one is stop line ataupun yield line. Okay, let's look at this simple question. There are two roads, Jalan Hussein and Jalan On. Cross each other at grade. Jalan Hussein has standard U3, while Jalan On has standard U4. So they have different class road. It's possible to assign minor and major. The traffic volume of Jalan Hussein is 300 vehicle per hour, while the traffic volume of Jalan On is 400 vehicle per hour. If priority control is being employed at the junction, which should be the major and which should be the minor. So from here we have a characteristic of the volume, which is Jalan On has 400, Jalan Hussein has 300. So from this particular info, so easily we can define or we can determine that Jalan On to be major, Jalan Hussein to be minor. it's not only looking at the volume, but the class road itself to represent which minor, which major. If you look at the hierarchy of the road, so class 1, U1 is the lowest standard road, which is local road or local street. And U6 is the highest ranking of the road class, which is expressway or arterial road. If your level SU, consider in urban site or urban area. If art, consider as rural area. Okay, type of the priority intersection. Okay, first, just a simple junction. What a simple junction to be like, to be look like. Okay, use T or stagger intersection. Stagger ni adalah teranjak, persimpangan teranjak. Nanti ada sampel. Junction. Without physical or painted island. Jadi dia tak install apa-apa physical furniture or any island. Without generalizing island, appropriate most access minor junction, single carriageway road. So for new construction, they recommended when the flow minor is not expected, have to have two-way ADT, average annual daily traffic SD 300 vehicle hour, which mean if the lower traffic volume, lower than this one, so we can consider that particular area to be assigned as simple junction. So this the simple junction layout look like. Very simple. Ni tak ada apa-apa island ke channelized ke, just simple junction. Just they put the stop line here and stop sign, just like that. This one they just extended in case any vehicle going to right join to minor road, so other vehicle can diverge. Not really diverge, they just away for this storage or additional lane. Okay, next moves to the Ghost Island intersection or junction. What do we mean by Ghost Island intersection or junction? Have a painted hatch island in the middle of single carriageway road which provide diverse lane. Right turner from the minor to the major are also assisted. So maksudnya dia akan buat satu panduan ataupun dia akan segregate sedikit lane tengah tu dengan dia adakan Ghost Island. Ghost Island ni dia macam pulau buatan secara dia warna hash sajalah kan. So dia has the typical layout for Ghost Island intersection. So this part we call Ghost Island. Kalau yang physical dia bukan Ghost Island lah, dia akan jadi race. Race divider or race median or race island, concrete island. This one just painted with the hatch type. So this in the middle they provide protection lane for right turner, for the right turner lane. Okay, next. So junction with single dwelling, with single lane dwelling. Okay, physical island in the middle of the single carriageway road, offside divergent, right turn major, waiting, safe waiting for the right turner, both minor or major. So they enhance from the Ghost Island into the physical or the real traffic island. So this one nampak tak? Dia ada design kat tengah ni, physical island lah, pulau buatan yang konkret ke ataupun kadang-kadang dia taruh rumput kat sini kan. So they have some sort like flare or channelized here for protect vehicle to go to the minor road from the major road or right turner. This one also physical island. Okay, sorry. Okay, at grade intersection. Now we move at grade intersection. So we just finished the priority intersection. This one is at grade intersection. So at grade intersection is the location where more road, two or more road meet cross each at the same level. If you find any turn at grade, this means it's the same level. Okay, the type of at grade intersection, this is the typical one, common one. Crossroad, which is four-legged. T junction or three-legged. Then we have staggered. This staggered layout to understand. So they have a typical actually cross section or T intersection, but they just move not really far distance, maybe 30 meter or 20 meter. Okay, next cube junction, which is have a decline, maybe 60 degree or 45 degree. Okay, Y intersection and also a roundabout. A roundabout still under at green junction, which is they are in the same level. If they have a distance, not really distance, what we mean, or the level, if they have elevated height, so it not under roundabout anymore. They have another class. Okay, type of at-grade intersection, similar like priority intersection. The at-grade also have typical design. First, they have type of unchannelized, unflared. So normally adequate a minor road made in urban. Many local street intersection unchannelized for economic reason. Somehow they have a really, I think, restriction space. So they don't want to apply or provide this signalized because they add more space. Okay, in such cases, traffic control by signalized or regular time such stopway sign on the minor roads. Okay, next we have flare. Flare. This one is unflare, ungeneralized. This one they have flare. What do you mean by flare? A flare intersection just a simple unchannelized intersection with additional through lane or auxiliary lane. Kalau temu perkataan the term auxiliary ni lane tambahan. Lane tambahan. A speed change lane allow left turn or right turn vehicle reduce or increase speed when leaving or entering intersection. So dia macam ni lah. Flare ni macam ni. Dia ada sedikit ruang yang dibuka. So dia ada ruang. Kalau if you notice that from main entry UTHM tu kan dah tutup sekarang tutup. Main entry UTHM close now. So kalau masih ingat lagi lah, kalau kita keluar daripada UTHM ke Pahit Raja, so kat sini dia ada flare, ruang sedikit dibuka Kalau yang besar dia akan buat channelized or deceleration lane acceleration lane. Kalau kat sini deceleration lane ni just buat flare sikit lah, dibuka sikit tu Okay, next we have category of channelized. Okay, channelized intersection is the one where the path travel various movement are separated and delineated. Okay, raised traffic island, raised marker or raised or painted marking to be used for channelization. Macam ni lah. So dia ada physical island this one and also this one physical island, and also they have dedicated channelized lane. Channelized lane. Inilah dikatakan channelized intersection. This one also they have extra channelized juga. Okay, next. Okay, next the type for grade separated or grade separation intersection. So kalau kita jumpa term grade separated ni, actually they are interchanges, persimpangan bertingkat, persimpangan berlainan arah atau bukan arah, ketinggian. Grade separation or grade separated intersections. So is the location where two or more road stream met cross each other at different level. Nampak tak ni term ni, different level. Kalau at grade dia same level, maksudnya dia di bawah. Tapi kalau grade separation ni, dia akan ada di bawah dan di atas. Okay, at grade intersection can be eliminated by use grade separation structure that permit cross flow traffic different level without interruption. So basically dia gunakan atau dia upgrade from the at grade intersection to be grade separation because of they want to increase the capacity, so increase the travel speed, increase level of service. So grade separated warrant so ada warrant juga sebelum kita, sebab cost dia sangat tinggi sebenarnya to construct grade separation or elevated highway ni or interchanges cost dia tinggi jadi ada warrant yang kita kena lihat part of the expressway system designed to carry volume to eliminate the bottleneck. If we notice that particular existing at grade create massive bottleneck and also the capacity is over demand or oversaturated. So we can consider this a part of the warrant to prevent intersection accident, whether topography such a type of the design is not feasible, whether volume can be catered with required design and intersection at great unreasonable size. Jadi dia tak dapat cater demand daripada traffic maksudnya terlampau tinggi, jadi dia kena upgrade daripada at grade intersection to be grade separated Okay, and interchanges dia gunakan istilah interchanges sama lah nak menggantikan grade separation grade separation which vehicle moving one direction flow may transfer to connecting roadway which is called ramp Jadi kalau at grade intersection they have like a flare or channelized, but for grade separation or interchanges they call ramp further I will share you look what the ramp look like. I think in chapter 2 highway capacity we also cover about the ramp a little bit There are many type form interchanges and ramp layout. So these are the form can be classified as four main type. First they have Y and T interchanges, diamond interchanges, partial or full cloverleaf directional interchanges. So why they call this one Because if you look the typical view bird or aerial photo, it meant to be like this this typical shape like this one So what we call this one of the type of the interchanges is under diamond shape and this one is under diamond shape this one also under diamond shape The next, this one also under the diamond shape but this one they have a staggered shape of the diamond shape, but still under diamond shape Okay, this one you can remember this one they have a three type So the type 3 is the clover leaf So this one we call full clover leaf shape dia persimpangan macam bunga cengkeh dia inspire shape of the clover leaf Okay, this one what the type of the interchanges to be pelik sikit bentuk ni Okay, they have a combination of the three quadrant partial cover leaf three quadrant kan dia tak ada tempat ni sebahagian, so three quadrant So ada lagi satu kat sini kat bawah ni ni bukan interchange but still intersection tapi four-legged at grade intersection kan see this one is typical four-legged at grade intersection but this one is the grade separation okay, this is the question what type of this intersection interchanges okay, bentuk apa ni siapa boleh respon bentuk apa ni okay, siapa boleh jawab saya beri 3 markah nanti saya top up dekat ujian ujian saya tengah makin ni siapa boleh respon ni bentuk apa ni which type of this intersection okay, ada seorang jawab partial clover leaf bukan okay, nice try okay, next ada siapa nak try lagi salah saya tak potong markah nice try lah three quadrant siapa nak respon cepat
Quadrant.
Quadrant salah. Ada yang jawab trumpet. Okay, good. This one very good. Siapa yang jawab ni? Ni Muhammad Akif ni okay.
Saya.
Correct answer Tahniah. Congrats to Muhammad Akif. I will remember your name because we can record his name Okay, correct This is trumpet interchanges because they aspire by look typical trumpet shape Okay, next factor influencing at grade intersection design. Okay, at grade intersection design present driver with the several point of conflict with other vehicles. The aim intersection design to be improve traffic flow, reduce likelihood of accident. Okay, the principal factor influencing design of intersection. So this one is under at grade intersection, at grade, not under separation, because it's the factor for at grade intersection only. Okay, and intersection should be accommodate comfort, safe, and design for peak hour volume. Okay, need also consider for commercial vehicles and the operation of the speed, turning, movement, type of the traffic control, whether we're going to install typical signalized, unsignalized, or typical operation of the features for layout, uh, whether it's need for pedestrian or public transport and safety aspect. Okay, in terms of the topography and environment, the location and design of any intersection will be affected for factor including the alignment and grade approach of the road, need of provide for drainage. Some particular road is very low at the lowland area, so we have provide typical drainage. Okay, extend interference with the public utility proper access. Yeah, there is a lot of the properties for public actually underneath or underground. So also man-made structure, yeah, landscape area, any features. So we have to consider the existing of this particular environment or structures. Okay, in terms of economic, operation to existing intersection should be justified commercially to benefit to the traffic. We also need to consider the cost and benefit to construct any intersection or highway intersection. Okay, in terms of human factor, okay, the driver characteristics should be considered. Driver tend to act according to the habit, which means the route or alignment easy to cope. Driver behavior or driver tendency. Driver tend to follow natural path of movement. Driver become confused when surprised. So sometimes we have to consider this one. Especially novice drivers, not experienced drivers. This factor make it essential for driver is where it's made aware of the presence of the intersections. Okay, is aware of the vehicle within and approaching intersections, has confidence of the cost required to negotiate with the correct intersection correctly and safely. So this is how we try to overcome or mitigate the factor for the different driver characteristic. Okay, principle of intersection design. Okay, it is important the operational characteristic of capacity and delay is certified. Safety is primary consideration intersection design. Okay, safe intersection design based on this following principle. Okay, reduction of the number conflict point. So we have to reduce the number of conflict point. Minimize the conflict area. We have to separate point of conflict, giving preference to the major movement, control the speed, and definition of the path to be followed. Okay, the conflicts. This is quite important in designing the intersection. The number of conflict points can be reduced or by prohibiting certain traffic movement. Okay, conflict point, which is traffic conflict, can be separated by generalized or staggering four-way intersection. Jadi kalau kita lihat layout ni, so the first one without any change the layout. So this one might create more conflict, especially when diverge conflicts. Okay, it can be corrected or improved by using a channelized here. So we can separate from these diverge conflicts to be exclusive lane or exclusive flare or channelized here. Okay, next, okay, let's move to this the previous exercise that I've given. Okay, now we move here. So if you look this one, the typical simple intersection without do anything. Okay, they have actually 32 conflict point. If they move uh, all direction concurrently, if they move concurrently, all intersection, all the direction from the minor to the major, left turn, right turn, so altogether they create about 32 conflicts point. Okay, 16 from crossing, very serious one. Okay, 8 from merging and 8 from diverging. So this typical. Previous one dia buat circle dengan rectangle dan square, triangle and square. This one is just color as bold, half and no color, blank. Okay, we can change or we can reduce this total 32 conflicts point to be as 18 only. How to do? We just stagger this intersection. So we stagger away. Mungkin dalam 10 hingga 20 meter lah. Okay, now we just create only 9 conflict at one intersection compared to this one. Okay, which is I think 6 for diverging, 6 for merging, and 6 for crossing. Okay, area of conflicts. When road cross at acute or opposing leg of the intersection are offset, excessive conflict area may result. Okay, in general, the large area of pavement within intersection permit dangerous vehicle maneuver should be eliminated. So dalam keadaan ni ini bukan yang stagger yang kita buat tadi, ini yang dia substandard lah dia punya design dia. Kalau perasan dekat persimpangan Pitas Kuding akses tu Perwira dan juga akses tu Taman Melewa depan Masjid Pitas Kuding tu, design ni macam ni lah. So dia macam staggered tapi sebenarnya bukan staggered yang sebetulnya lah. Layout dia jadi macam ni, jadi substandard lah. So we have to change to be this one. And make sure lah bila kita design macam ni dia akan lebih kepada signalized interchanges ataupun kita kena buat channelized and pseudo flare to improve the conflict point. Okay, major movement preference should be given to the major movement. Allow traffic direct flow following alignment. Okay, driver who travel for long uninterrupted distance at high speed will be slow to react sudden change of alignment to or to entry high speed of the vehicle. Okay, if traffic signal control to be incorporated to the design, the crossing angle may be substantially modified to conform the existing physical condition by this principle. We try to reduce traffic conflicts, the conflict point area, reduce the time for crossing, and provide a most favorable condition driver to judge relative position and relative speed of vehicle. Okay, from here, if you look this first layout, so the skip junction, like oblique junction, so we try to correct this one to be what we call it, 90 degree 90 degree of perpendicular. You create more safety in terms of the vision of the vehicle itself. Let's imagine you are from minor road, you going out to right or left turn, so your side view is limited. Sebab kadang kita dah duduk skip macam tu. Kebanyakan kalau kenderaan kat sini, just imagine your vehicle here, your eyesight is very limited in terms of the left side. Compared to this one, you can see easily 180 degree. Compared to this one is really obstructed. Okay, next control speed. The operating speed of the traffic through intersection depend on alignment, environment, traffic volume, composition, extent and type of the control devices. Okay, in terms of the control speed, that is the relative speed we do have to understand. Okay, relative speed is the vectorial speed of the convergence of vehicle in a conflict maneuvers. Okay, safety depends largely on the low relative speed. If you look at this particular uh, drawing or schematic, okay, if speed in the one direction for different vehicle, but similar speed, it create zero speed relative. If they move to opposite direction, eh, so they going to encounter, so it create double 80 plus 80 160 km. Sebab tu kalau kemalangan kita apa panggil hit on so typically kalau accident at it hit on collision, it create lot of damage crash worthiness dia tengah teruk okay, this one is typical merging speed, which is they have a similar speed with the merging direction. It can reduce to 42 half of the speed. Okay, this one if they have little in terms of degree, it create less, more or less 14 kilometer per hour. If they have 90 degree, so it create more than 80 as much 113 kilometer per hour if the travel speed from the both side is 80 kilometer per hour. Okay, next method of attaining low relative speed. Low relative speed condition at intersection may be obtained by providing traffic islands, separate turning lane, and refuge areas. Providing speed change lane and installing traffic control devices for particular approach. Okay, basic design principle for safe layout at great intersection. Okay, first, minimize carriageway area where the conflict point occurs. Number two, separate reduce a point of conflict. Okay, you can read this further. Okay, three, traffic streams should be merged, diverge at the flat angle and cross at the right angles. Okay, four, encourage low vehicle speed on the approach to right angle intersections. Okay, five, decelerating or stop vehicle should be removed from the through traffic stream. Number six, favor high priority traffic movement. This typical like which approach or which type of vehicle to be priority. Okay, number seven, discourage undesirable traffic movement. Okay, eight, provide refuge for vulnerable road users. This typically for pedestrian or cyclists that share that particular area to cross or to have their own direction movement. Okay, number nine, provide reference marker for road user and control access in vicinity of an intersection. Number 11, provide good safe location for installation traffic control devices, because we add additional devices for that particular intersection. That's why we have to locate at particular area that not give some harmful to the road or drivers. Later in chapter 5, we discuss detail about this one, the road safety audit. Okay, number 12, provide advance warning of change. Okay, 13, I think the last one, illuminate intersection where possible. Sometimes the location of the intersection not have enough in terms of the lighting or illumination, especially where location they have dense of the pedestrian population activities. Sometimes we have to provide enough in terms of illumination to give proper vision or at night time. Okay, general characteristic of traffic island. Okay, traffic island along with appropriate marking play a crucial role in organized flow of traffic at great intersection. So part ni pun nanti dalam in road safety audit pun kita akan lihat juga perkara-perkara yang berkaitan dengan traffic island dan juga features for the road Okay, function of traffic island as follow: to separate conflict, control angle of conflicts, reduce excessive pavement area, regulate traffic flow in the intersection area, to protect pedestrians, to protect and store turning and crossing vehicle, to provide space for installation of traffic control devices. Okay, this island can be formed as raised curb, paint marking, pavement marking or pavement edge. Okay, kalau kita jumpa perkataan curb ni, dalam UK dia je lain. In UK they spell as K-E-R-B. K-E-R-B. It's similar this one. This one is using I think US. US pronunciation or US spell. K-C-U-R-B. Dalam bahasa Melayu kita panggil berbendul bendul berbendul ataupun perabot jalan yang konkret tu lah, yang tepi jalan tu ada hitam putih the color with white and black Okay, curb traffic island usually form of construction general curb at delineated area of the island. Curb generally classified as mountable or barrier so nanti dalam safety audit pun kita akan cover what is mountable shape and barrier shape especially for the curb Okay, traffic island formed by pavement marking. This one typical like ghost island Okay, the island sometimes referred as flush island, which is flush with the pavement. Dia kadang-kadang dia gunakan thermoplastic stripping or raised retro reflective marker or just a paint. Okay, island formed by pavement edge. This island usually unpaved and mainly at rural intersection where a space a large intersection curve. Okay, ni kawasan-kawasan di luar bandar banyak gunakan kaedah pavement edge ni untuk jadikan island Okay, this is the typical traffic island. We can see any locations, typical location. I think this site for rural side so sometimes they put as apply for pedestrian refuge as well Kalau kita ni ini adalah additional lane or right turning protection lane Ini nak keluar masuk sini daripada main road nak masuk ke minor road, they have protection lane right turn protection lane. This one is for pedestrian refuge Ini traffic island ni tapi dia tak tinggi sangat Okay, this one also similar I think this cross for pedestrian or cycle This one they have some beautification for less soft landscape. This one typical to be direction as seagull. Okay, this is the seagull. Last time class for section 4 I forgot the name for this one structure. Seagull. Just imagine T intersection. So at the main road or major road they have triangle shape of island jadi itu lebih kurang seagull operation where the main road or major road always move permanent move. So from the minor road they want to join this one, so they have some channelized at the seagull area so seagull area ni dia triangle shape dia macam island triangle shape. So that's particular name seagull ni nama burung burung apa saya pun lupa burung raja udang kan, tapi seagull nama dia C-E-A-G-U-L-L G-U-L seagull Okay, that's for the traffic island. Okay, I think that's all for cover the first part, 3 type of the intersections which is under priority intersection, at grade intersection and grade separation intersection Okay, for the roundabout I think we cover next for the lectures I think next week we cover that one Okay, I think for this week I think we just finish at this particular topic Okay, I think that's all for today.